Welcome to the show, everybody. We are live now. There was one more little move to make on the board. It's called Turn the Mains Up on the live feed.
Oh, okay.
So we just did that. So we can just go ahead and start. This is, what? Not on YouTube land. I'm getting text right now from our co-host, Jason. Jason, thank you for chiming in there. You know, we got another person that, you know, he's taking a break right now. And he sits right there. His name's Jason. He's a bass player. Okay. But he's at home watching this. Okay. And he just sent some very important information over. But no, we are good. We are cruising now. And here we go. But that AC off? Yeah. Can you turn it on, please? So let's do that again. Okay. So from the... Yes, we're going to show you a demo on how Austin, you know, his process on starting a song. Yeah. And then we can just go ahead and just maybe redo that first song again. The first one? Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we get back to that. This guy. Okay. And all you. We could have ran a MIDI cable from there to my delay pedal. That would have been cool too. Oh yeah. It clocks the pedal. That was exciting.
Right.
Very off the top of off the cuff right there. But I love the way your equipment sounds. It's just like that wow, wow, man. It's like reminds me of so many cool sci-fi movies that I like watching.
Yeah.
But also almost like chase scenes too.
Yeah.
I hear that kind of idea going on. But what are some of your inspirations? You know, when you're thinking of music, creating music, and you're just feeding off the people, the atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of all over. I, have a guitar background. Got into doing electronic music a long time ago when I just sort of do music on my own without a band, and just kind of got into doing stuff on the computers. Eventually that gravitated towards like synthesizers and whatnot. And
cool.
now I kind of do it all together. I do bring a guitar out when I play live sometimes, but it's a little bit of techno, industrial, metal, just kind of all together at the same time.
Yeah, do you, when you play guitar, or, I mean, do you use fuzz for some of the distortion sounds? Like, are you choosing the guitar distortion or fuzz, or because...
I mostly use like a high gain.
Like a high gain?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I just DI it back into my rig.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah.
What kind of guitar do you use?
I have a Gibson SG.
Cool.
That I really love.
You look like an SG guy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice and light. I really like that one a lot. And then I just got a Schecter with a Floyd Rose.
Oh, okay, cool.
I really love as well.
So you like to play like shred and scales and like
a little bit, yeah.
Just
some of it's just kind of chugging along.
Cool.
So,
yeah, I was trying to think in terms of following that particular rhythm with like more of a rhythm going, but but again, I got to be in the right progression. Be kind of cool. I'll try to do something more like that on the next jam, because it's always a little easier to get ambient, and even that's a crapshoot for me sometimes too. But you hear that weird? That's a Boss reverb. They actually made that up. Watch, it's like sounds like like wind or something. Just trippy stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's what I was excited to jam with you today, because I can use some of these different sounds on my reverb that I don't classically use in the bands that I'm in.
Yeah.
I just, hall reverb, studio reverb, and that's just giving it just a nice little padding underneath that dry sound.
Yeah,
but,
I use an Eventide H9.
Those are great.
Yeah, and the shimmer on that thing is just incredible.
Right. There's 3 models. They all look the same.
Yeah.
But there's one that comes loaded with presets, one that doesn't come loaded, and then there's like a computer version or something?
There's a newer one where you can have like 2 algorithms running at the same time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's too much.
Very powerful pedal.
Yeah.
this company down here, the TC Electronics, they came out with something called a plethora. So it's basically like a mini pedal board. It's got reverb and a tuner on it and compressors and Univibe. So instead of having like everything all a la carte like I do, just, to get in and off stage really quick, just like use one pedal that'll at least give me the reverb and delay. And because for some reason when I set this up, it's just taking me too long,
Yeah.
And some of but you know how that is. I don't know, maybe you don't know how that is. When you do a night at those venues, is it you all night? Or do you share?
My live set, I usually do about an hour. Last weekend? Yeah, last weekend I did like an hour and a half live set.
Fun, where?
That was at Till 2.
Oh, wow.
And so I had to improv a lot, which is, with this stuff, you can do that, which is great.
And there's just a bunch of women dancing. There's women and men dancing.
Yeah.
But I was just making it. But
Mixed
that's
crowd.
cool. Mixed crowd, sure.
Yeah.
So fun. And we have a lot of friends, the same friends that like go to Sabat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you just go there to socialize and not gig there?
No, I haven't played at Sabat.
Okay.
I do DJ as well, but this is kind of primarily what I'm focusing on right now is the live
Austin
stuff.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like your logo a lot too.
Oh yeah, thanks.
That's want to bring it up really quick now? Shall I or you, Mr. Daniel? Thank you. Thank you. But no, that's cool. Ooh, look at that. He's getting fancy. Now that is really cool. Like that a lot. Great job. Mr. McNair helping us sail this digital ship through a cesspool of gremlins and signal path. It's usually when Jason's here, he says more of the strange, strange like intros or giving this particular atmosphere some sort of like glorify it a little bit,
Yeah.
But anyhow, so this is a promoter of mine interrupting the show. I love it when important people call when we're going live. But do you have any friends or family watching live with us right now?
I might. Actually, I know my friend Daniel's watching right now.
That's cool. Thank you, Daniel, for watching.
He was messaging me too. No audio, so
yeah,
he was on it.
We're sorry about that.
I think we're back now.
Yeah, but feel free to write in the comments and stimulate the algorithm. It helps the show grow, and it's kind of funny too. Sometimes I used to ask like, so hey, what are you guys drinking? And then people start writing in coffee and orange juice, vodka, whatever, all that stuff. And it's just something to like throw or like just start the comments. But anyhow, when's the next gig?
Next gig is going to be August 4th, and that's going to be it's called Club Obsession. And
Where is
that's going to be at Queen Bee's in North Park.
Okay, I know Alma.
Okay, yeah. So I actually have a studio space there too that I share with these guys, Matt Black, and somebody else who does samples for like Splice and whatnot.
Cool.
But yeah, we have a studio space in there.
And that's where like your other keyboards are at, and your actual PA, your rig.
It's actually where we do have a PA in there, but it's mostly where I do like mix down and mastering work, and I do a lot of that in there.
Cool.
So,
fun. Oh, like for bands.
Bands, producers. Like
you like mastering?
I do.
Mastering's a different entity as far as mixing.
Yeah,
I would like somebody.
Art,
I would like somebody to explain it to me. I mean, I know the story of like how it became a trade. Mm-hmm. I suppose we all know that it comes from vinyl pressing.
Right.
But like just the names of the presets. Like if you're listening to a rock band, I've been told that there's like maybe 4 ways to go. There's like a darker EQ, a brighter EQ. Like AC/DC would be like really bright and front.
Yeah.
Like more of a perfect circle band, more of like a dark, heavier band. That would be mixed like wider and darker or something.
Yeah.
So is that really the gist of it? Like just having the control to like make these sound just like wide, and
that's part of it. But it's really about just getting the most out of what you have in the source material. Like making the bass hit just right, getting the transients right, and stereo separation is a big thing too.
Cool. Yeah. Been experiencing that a little bit with my band right now, and having a new relationship with the mastering company in Tennessee, and we've gone back and forth a few times. And that's an interesting process because it makes or breaks the song.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And it's always a trip to developing a new contact and getting rapport with somebody where if you let them mix it the way they want to, they'll just have a different approach to it. And then by the time I've experienced this where I got it back, I'm like, I wasn't really happy with the sound. And then you say, hey man, can you reference this? And then they go, oh, no problem. And then they send it over. And then you're like, wow, this is so much cooler. Yeah. Speaking vague right now, but it is the final touch.
Yeah.
It's the last little EQ. It's not even actually, it's like the last big EQ.
Yeah.
And if the work is way too hot, then now the mastering doesn't have a lot of ceiling to work with.
Yeah.
So that's another interesting thing about the engineer. If he knows that it's getting mastered, he'll just mix the instruments so there's still a ceiling.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to give enough headroom to where the mastering engineer can have room to work with.
And I imagine that's software that you have to subscribe to, pay annual fees to.
Yeah.
It's not monthly, like monthly.
Yeah.
What software do you use?
For my mixing, I use a lot of Slate Digital stuff.
He's great, dude.
Yeah.
He's really, I'm a fan of him.
Yeah. So you get all the, SSL emulations and LA4As, all the,
Didn't he come out with a new board?
He might have.
Yeah. And then also Slate drums, which are sick.
I haven't used those.
You have, I've just seen a couple demos on YouTube. But no, you got great taste in gear, man.
Yeah.
Been doing it a while. If you're going to put yourself out there in public, you want to, have the nice stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's also kind of funny too. Like, do you have old equipment that's like kind of shitty and It's also kind of cool hooking that stuff back up.
Yeah.
And just hearing because you love keyboards, right?
Yeah. I've got a pretty good collection of vintage analog synths, and then through that learned how to fix them myself.
Wow, cool.
They go out a lot.
Like Junos and Moogs, and do you have any of that stuff?
Yeah, I've got a Moog Rogue from I think that's from 1984 or something. Korg Monopoly, an original Korg MS-20. Got this Paya modular thing that I bought off Craigslist that wasn't working at all.
That's how you say that? I thought it was Pia. It's Paya?
It might be Pia. I was calling it Paya.
Sounds cooler.
Yeah. But yeah, it came as a DIY kit. I think it's from 76.
Cool. Wow. So year I was born.
Yeah. Not pretty close to that, yeah.
Who, you?
Yeah.
You look pretty young.
I'm 80.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
You pull off 80 great. I've never what kind of skincare do you use?
Sun, I guess.
Sun. Good old sun.
Yeah.
You still have a coldie over there? Are you thirsty?
I going.
Our bartender is late tonight, and but no, if you do get thirsty, let me know. Gypsy can bring us something. Actually, hey, Gypsy's not interrupting tonight, which is it's okay if she does. So let's do another number. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Launch something.
Kind of. Let's do it. Do something a little slower.
Go for some different patches going on myself.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of bring in one thing at a time here.
And here he is. Wow, the lights look really great tonight. Got a lot of oh, I love it.
Oh, thank you.
G minor, man.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, G. It just sounded sounded like we were winning something.
Yeah. So that one there.
Yeah, what's that called?
It's just a live track. My working title for it is called Vamp.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's just a thing I play in my live set. So that one, I had a few pattern variations, but as far as how I was playing it, that was all improv.
Great.
So,
me too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just great about this kind of stuff is, it is an instrument.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very technical watching you make your decisions on the fly, and the keystrokes and your combinations of buttons and working the fader. I mean, it's like, it seems very scheduled, but these are feelings, they're keystrokes. You know how to work your gear and how to like weave things in and out.
Yeah.
And then I love when you like do the suspense and you bring it down and then it drops. It's like, that's so powerful sounding. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying
tension is a big thing with this kind of music.
Absolutely.
Building tension and then the release. So.
There's another interesting pedal that guitar players love, and I've noticed that, I don't want to address you as a DJ. You seem to be more an industrial artist.
Yeah.
So there's a pedal by Strymon called the Deco, and you're hip to that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those. That's a secret weapon. It does so many neat things. And I've seen DJs actually like use the Deco. So it's almost like they analog the output, and kind of like almost give you like a vinyl reproduction.
Oh, wow.
So it's cool, and they can just like it's also got a bunch of effects on it too. It's basically like the wheelhouse of how the ethos of how effects became, which is a really fun story. A lot of people don't know it, but it was like Elvis was being mixed, and the two engineers were like staying up late. One of them bumped into the lag deck, and the other engineer that was mixing, he heard like the tape stretch. So they heard flanging for the first time.
Oh, wow.
So they started getting more experimental with the longer you stretch the tape. And what I learned is that like 0 milliseconds to like 15 is flange.
Yeah.
So it's just a knob. So it goes from flange to chorus to slapback all the way to 1 full second, a tape delay. And therefore we have effects. And it had to do with a little mistake being tired bumping into a lag deck. Isn't that weird? Huh. So the Strymon encapsulates, they encapsulate that whole lineage.
Yeah.
And so like when you're looking at the pedal, you have the reference deck and the lag deck. So the reference deck essentially just acts as like a compressor with distortion, but you use the lag deck for all the effects. And it's got warble and a very powerful, cool pedal. It's not, I mean, your production already sounds amazing. I was just stating that there are different, like, I suppose the DJs that are trying to just sound whatever that they're doing that's unusual and original, they're tapping into like these guitar gear, and the guitar gear is like, now it's becoming like more using things in instrument level. And it's exciting. Do you use any guitar pedals in like when you're going live at
yeah, sometimes. Well, like I said, I have the H9 Plus.
Okay. And that's post, obviously. That would go after this.
I can use it a couple different ways. Sometimes I use it with my guitar, or sometimes I'll use it. Like I said, I normally bring out more than this.
Sure.
But sometimes I'll run a couple other, boxes through it.
Cool.
And then just kind of do like a wet, dry knob on it. But yeah, sometimes I use a distortion on a little bassline synth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a HM2 or something to just give it some overdrive.
Rad. Right on. Very cool. I feel like touching everything and hitting stuff. Can I hit one of the buttons?
Might not do anything. Well, actually, yeah, I might not do anything. Yeah, because it's all kind of like programmed in.
That's okay. I don't have to.
Let's see.
I just thought I should ask. It's fun to play with equipment that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Or I feel like a little kid. It's like when your mom says don't touch it and you touch it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about this stuff. It's like when you first get into this, you're just like, what am I even doing? It's not very like hands-on until you know how to use it.
Yeah. Such as this room. But no, this is very cool, Austin. I'm glad you're spending time with Daniel and I tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you work with any companies, or do you have relationships with any of the equipment you're using? Anything like, endorsements or anything such, like,
No.
just your self-contained artist.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
pick up the phone, you book yourself a gig, and
Yep.
and you go out and perform.
Yeah.
You don't need any roadies.
It's nice to have them when
Really?
I know. It's like if I get friends to help or something, it's great. But no, I mostly just do it by myself.
Have you ever done a gig besides Theory Thursday where you're just using this?
Just these two?
Yeah.
I've scaled out my setup for quite a few gigs recently, and it was this, and then I also brought the Pro 3, which we didn't have room to set up.
Yeah,
Here,
next time. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if you would like to come back, we can do an Austin Speed Part 2.
Yeah.
And then we can, spend a little bit more time setting up a keyboard rig.
Yeah.
Have one to the left, have one on the right. Make it like we'll have a smoke machine by then.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's a sequential circuits Pro 3 over there. That thing is just a monster.
that thing looks really intense.
Yeah, it's got 3 types of distortion built in.
All right.
And it's just, yeah.
And how many keys? 46, 52?
I believe it's
Probably
37.
37.
Yeah.
So it's like a 2 octave, or three
Three octave.
3 octave,
Mhm.
and then obviously you can. There's a knob on there that allows you to go
Yeah, you can,
either way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's.
It's really hard to make that thing sound bad, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Pretty much anything you do with that, it's gonna be great.
I'll take your word for it. So what? Since you are a guitar player, what gauge strings do you use?
I don't even know.
9s, 10s, 11s.
I think it's.
Do you like them loose? Do you like them thick?
I think it's 10s I'm using.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well,
On the SG. Yeah. Because I know I just restrung it not too long ago.
cool. Well, we have some commemorative strings for you when we're done.
Nice.
Small little shout
There
out
you
to
go.
our sponsor, Kurt Mangan and Mad Hatter Guitar Products, Muzio Drums. That's that kit right there. It's an electronic drum set. Very great stuff over there.
Oh, that's electronic. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
cool. It looks real.
Yeah, totally.
Also, quality T-shirt design. Those are some of the sponsors that work with us on this show. Help
Nice.
us. And Gypsy Bear. You're acquainted with the dog.
Yes.
She.
Very sweet.
Thank you. She usually will come in here, so I'm kind of surprised. Maybe it's like, wow, there's no good. Maybe she's tripped out because it just sounds different. I'm just kidding. But what else? I was gonna say, we're getting towards the normal hour, but we can go a little longer because we had that little. We'll make up for it.
Yeah.
So, but let's play another song.
Yeah, I can just kind of do kind of a little jam here at the end.
Great.
And just kind of see what happens. But go a little more industrial this time.
Oh boy. That was rad. That was very exciting. I love that one too. I could jam that like for an hour.
Yeah.
Like I just go and go and go. Now again, dude, great chops, man. Really.
Yeah.
Very moody, and Daniel and I can't wait to go to a show.
Yeah.
I'm sure sometimes the lighting at your gigs can be pretty intense too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Lasers and
fog machines and.
Do you dress like this, or do you like put on a mask, or?
You know, I used to have this mask that it was like this wolf mask thing that was all LEDs and had like different algorithms and stuff.
Really?
That thing went MIA at a gig. So, but yeah, no, it's just me. I mean, I'll dress up a little bit more, but yeah.
Wow, I like the whole algorithm mask.
Yeah,
that sounds cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty intense.
Wow. But so yeah, I mean, I suppose we can be wrapping it up here. Again, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to sit with us and talk about your gear. And you know,
absolutely, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, I want you to come back. We want you to come back. Obviously, plug. You know, we talked about your gigs and where you're playing again, but you know, do a little moment and tell the audience where you're playing or your next few gigs. What's happening? You know.
So next one is going to be. Since it's the only one I have booked right now, it's going to be August 4th at Queen Bee's in North Park.
Very cool. Very close to here.
Yeah, Club Obsession. Playing with, let's see, Biddy Cobra, Seven Stranger, and Faux Velvet. And it's going to be 2 rooms.
Okay, so, cool.
Yeah.
What's the cover?
I believe it's 15 pre-sale, 20 at the door.
Okay. Yeah, that's getting hipper and hipper. Pre-sale, you know, they're really trying to encourage the audience, everyone out there to, you know, support the pre-sale. You get a discount.
Yeah.
It shows, you know, we all know what it's like to make plans and stick to it. But you know, people go, hey, what are you gonna do tonight? Hey, let's go see Austin Speed, and then it's like, oh, it's 20 at the door. I'm like, hey, I know him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it usually gets reciprocated in some other fashion, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just get a 6-pack of beer, or you know, or I don't know, some girl's phone number.
Yeah.
But no, I had a lot of fun, man. It's
yeah, likewise.
I like hearing, you know, guitar mixed in with this. It's cool. I was sort of fantasizing like this is. I've seen Nine Inch Nails a bunch of times, and so they're a pretty big influence on me. So I felt like there were some moments where I was like, cool. This feels like, you know, like the Wretched, you know, or something.
Yeah, yeah, but, yeah. I mean, I was into that stuff for a long time, then kind of got into dance music, and now it's like kind of a combination of the two.
Yeah, so. I can hear it in the scales. You like Phrygian a lot.
Yeah.
Phrygian's a minor scale with a flat 2. All that means it's the scarier minor scale.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, we that last
not
song
quite diminished, but yeah.
You know, it's kind of cool too. Instead of doing the power chord on the flat 2, you can go.
Oh yeah.
But stuff like the voicings like that are hip, you know.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that I was just feeling like, you know, not necessarily like metal chops, but just going into more deeper, darker textures. And I love Phrygian as well. It's just a very prominent sounding scale. You know, if you're trying to sound scary or intense, you know, it's obviously the way to go. Besides natural minor.
Very,
anyhow,
emotive in a dark
emotive.
way.
Yeah, great word.
Yeah,
great word. Well, we are very excited to have Austin on. We're going to have you back ASAP.
Yeah, thank you.
So maybe as early as next week.
Yeah. If I'll have anything new by then.
Right. No, we'll let it air out. You know, let a month go by. But
sure.
You are such a nice guy. I have a lot of respect for you.
Likewise.
You are so fun to sit next to and to play music with.
Yeah, then that sounded great.
Well, thanks.
You're doing, so, yeah.
Thanks. I hope everyone out there is having a great time. Write in the comments. Let us know anything you like. You know, that's what they're for. And usually Daniel or I will read the comments. We'll get back to you. Sometimes in real time we can get back to you. But this is the end of the show. I can't wait to see you guys next week. We're leaving it a surprise of who's coming on next week. And Thank you very much for Mad Hatter Guitar Products, Kurt Megan Strings, Muzio Drums, and Quality T-Shirt Designs for helping support the show. We're going to go ahead and take care. Daniel and I are going to make sure that... oh, yes. We're going to make sure that we see our guests off properly. And do you have any last words? Because we're going to do one more jam on the way out, and that is... That's this episode. Cool, we are good over here. What's the name of this last song? We gonna improv again, or we?
Yeah, it's just kind of an improv.
Very cool.
So.
Do you want to give it a name, like anything you can think of, like call it like Armpit of a Dragon?
Actually, you know what? Actually, I got another one I'm gonna do. That's gonna be, this one's a little more metal-y, but
cool. We like the metal.
This one is Black Monarch.
Black Monarch.
Yeah. All right. And
we'll see you next week, everybody. Thank you for watching, and mwah. Daniel.
There it is.